An extra warm-up that I do for the hang handstand split warm-up is to add on shoulder mobility and handstands. So I usually do 6 minutes at the end of that additional, so it takes a bit longer. In the classes I give people 3 minutes to do these two drills. They're going to do some type of shoulder opening. Now they may just use the hang again. They might do an underhand grip hang, and you can then also do a hang tuck, which is a bit stronger. But if they've exhausted the hangs, this is a really good drill. And even if they haven't, this is a great drill to get that control. So I'll just show you here, because it's quite intricate what you need to do. So with the stick, you ideally want to hold it wider than your elbows, and you want something around this height. You can use a couch, you can use the whatever, a chair, but you're going to hold it like that. So you've got this V shape. You're coming down, and you're going to have the knees below the hips. And my goal here, and I've still got a lot to work on, is to get the shoulders on the same line as the elbows as the hips, and pulling my ribs in with that external rotation. So I'm trying to pull it in and not just collapse into it. I'm trying to pull the bottom ribs in. Big breath in and breathe out. Sink into that. Now I do a full minute because I'm trying to fast track my results here. I'm trying to open up these shoulders. Now you don't want to force it too hard. If you feel like it's impinging on the shoulder and it's just too strong, just back off, just give your body time. I've set off my shoulders a few times just trying to push it too much, so you just want to give it time, let it sink in. And that's why I do the longer set, so I can just let the tissues relax. You want to keep protracting the shoulders, so shrugging them around the body and shrugging them up, and just let it sink in. Then after that, we're going to alternate that with the handstand. So depending on which handstand you're up to, you might be just doing the single leg down dog and working that. You might be on the wall doing the split handstand, or you're kicking up to the wall, or a more advanced one will be the tuck on the wall. But you just want to try and lock out and use that mobility that you've created. So I'm going to come up to the wall, come out a little bit, and then I have the elbows locked out, get a nice kick up, and just find that nice position, and softly kicking up. And I'm going to slide my feet down, lock out. Now my goal here is to try and pull my ribs in more, so my shoulders open up in the tuck position, and then lock the elbows. And I hold this for a minute with the elbows locked out, with the goal of getting better balance, getting more postural endurance in the position, and then doing 3 sets of these. The ribs want to flare, so it's a lot easier straight up like this to do it. The tuck is easier for balance because your center of gravity is lower, but the mobility is a lot harder. Get that hold, and I come out. Repeat that process 3 times for 3 sets. So it's a mini handstand workout after doing that warm-up, which is quite challenging. I like doing it fresh. You can do it at the end of the workout, but most of the time if I'm using my upper body quite heavy, it's a bit nicer to do these things fresh. It just depends on what your goals are. If your goals are more inclined to lift heavier and focus on that being the main focus, then you would probably just do this at the end, or just don't go too hard on it. I kind of like somewhere in the middle because I really want to try and improve that shoulder mobility, and that preps me for overhead pressing in my workout as well. So get into those, make sure you film these from the side, both your handstand that you're working on as well as the butcher's block. Really good exercises to improve your overhead position. If you want to progress your handstands further, the tuck handstand is probably the #1 used tool for hand balances to improve handstand strength, stability, and mobility, so that way you can get a better, nice, strict line handstand. See you soon.